So, what do you think about the video that have been circulating from Pretoria? A guy selling ARVs illegally to a South African guy selling ARVs illegally to the people.
I think they've done a good job by catching him. And in a few minutes or a few seconds rather, we'll show you guys the video. But just to give you a disclaimer, I believe what this is going to demonstrate to a lot of people should be a case study for people to finally understand what we've been talking about, that certain things have to be done by the book, and there has to be proper structures for you to do certain things. But I think, guys, you should see the video. There's the video.
ngathi mina no umuntu bengikhuluma naye angakutshela ngamtshela no-busy bavula igroup wangifaka khona egroupini wasenda ama-message yabo there's a group.
But we have been doing this for quite some time.
Ngifuna igroup ngifuna ukuyisusa kuma-archive kanye negroup.
Hey Chief, tell me.
Nayi.
Bona lalela, don't dodge my question.
Yes.
Why une interest kuma group? We are not interested in this rubbish. Ithi kudala uyenza lento.
No.
Uqale nini?
No, into ang-approaching ngayo last week. I think last week.
Where did you supply this before?
Angaze ngi-supply lapho.
So uyaqala la.
Yeah,
so
bengiqala nje.
usitshela ukuthi idlozi likulahlile.
Yeah, ngiyinto kanjalo baba. Because nalo bengicomplain
And okay, let's do this because I'm expecting you to cooperate with us. The operation has started already. We can work with you up until very late. We don't mind. If you know you have certain things that you need to declare now, into uyaziyo ukuthi ayifuneki vela ikomthethweni, talk to us now because we'll go to your house. Tell us now ukuthi ufunani le, so that when we go there, where can we get what?
Ungathola enye abanginike yona angayifunanga ubhuti
Yikuphi?
isendlini.
Hayi no, asiyeniseyilana. Asiyeniseyilana.
To that group, there's a doctor in that group.
Ubani udoctor?
Le phone siyayithatha kwamanje. Yeah, sizo-downloada whatever we want from the phone the right way. No, don't show us. Don't show us.
So
it's not allowed by law for us.
So where's the prescription that allows you to carry such a volume?
No, siyendlini so thatha la athakhona endlini, then so that you can have everything together.
So where are the ARVs?
Ama-ARVs anginawo kimi.
Bezos anini order yakhona?
Uthi uzowathumela phela. Yilokho.
You are going to take us to your Mamelodi and you are going to take us to the person who gives you.
No problem, I think. I
We
will
want
cooperate.
the person who
Okay. No, I'm happy to hear that.
What's okay guys?
That video. Yeah. This guy, they have to arrest him.
What do you think of the video?
They have to arrest him. It's illegal to sell ARVs because ARVs, last time I checked, they are not for sale.
Yes.
They are for free.
Yes.
But not just for free. They are for free to patients who have been diagnosed with HIV. And they get prescribed to go and collect them in a clinic. For free. And this guy is somehow selling them. And what I know about ARVs, if someone is selling ARVs, that means this person is selling these ARVs to supply a demand for itagamizo.
Really?
Because I don't think people would be buying ARVs for HIV.
Yes, I think he's doing it for his personal gain.
And I find it very difficult to believe that there's certain people who would go to a hospital and take ARVs and also supply itagamizo, because you can't be given ARVs without them knowing your health status of your HIV.
Yes.
So everyone who be collecting ARVs is indeed, unless there's corruption within the hospital, but that's another conversation.
Yes.
So this guy has been arrested. He's a South African. So I think this whole conversation of these whole lies have to die, that only foreigners, they steal in the hospitals.
Yes.
There is a South African guy.
Foreigners are making us suffer. Foreigners does
You see,
foreigners,
and clearly he's a South African.
It's a South African
And
guy.
the question now is, hence they're asking, the police guy is asking, who supplied you with this thing?
Yes. Where are you getting this from?
And this guy, when he was searching his phone, he was like, there's a doctor in this group chat of these things of them. That means it's corruption coming straight from our own South Africans in the hospitals. And then somehow foreigners have to be blamed. There's no foreigners in this whole conversation. Because if this guy is killing them from a doctor within a hospital, that means the doctor is a South African doctor. So it's our people.
And the question is, so can't you?
No, you can ask.
No, the question is, why are you selling ARVs? And why will the next person buy ARVs?
It's for itagamizo. They are supplying a market for itagamizo, nyaupe, and all of those drugs because ARVs get to be used. Pills, like any regular pills, they get to be used for itagamizo things. I don't want to say the D word because this is YouTube, but itagamizo, right?
Yeah, I understand.
They end up using those things for that. And there's plenty of the pills, medication that get used to get people high, people drunk, people intoxicated. Pills are very dangerous.
Yeah.
Hence this guy, he has to be arrested for supplying and busy walking around trying to sell ARVs. But an important lesson here, I think, people finally understand when I tell them, when you approach someone, it doesn't matter if they're a criminal or what. There has to be law enforcement. There has to be police.
Yes, as we saw in the
video. There was a police there. There was an MMC of health. That lady who is wearing red. She's an MMC of health. So this is a faculty. So people can't even say, why is that girl there? That's what she deals with. She's the MMC of health. And then there's a police enforcement. And if you watch there, she was not speaking much. The person who was speaking was the police guy. And they were not even harassing that guy, even though he's a suspect in a criminal syndicate. They were not harassing him. They were speaking with him proper. And when it came to them having to search the phone, the police had to stop that whole thing to demonstrate the law. He said, we can't be searching your phone here because it's against the law. I'll have to take your phone. We'll download everything proper in the right channels. Which means when this guy is taken to the police station, a statement is written and everything is processed within the system. Next thing, a warrant of searching his phone will be released. They have to first get a warrant to search his phone and they have to ask him to sign it. And they have to ask him, do you agree? Should we search your phone? And then if he agrees, that's when they can search his phone and download those things. And him saying you can search my phone will be on record. So he can't come back later and say they violated my right of privacy. They searched my phone without my permission. Because if that happens where they search his phone without his permission, he can come back with that. And he can win that case, even though he was found with ARVs. That's how the law works. He can't run away from the law.
And someone would say that, what if he disagrees?
With what?
From allowing them to search.
Then they won't search the phone. But then they found him with ARVs. So one thing they won't find is what he's trying to prove. Akiri is trying to tell them that I was communicating with someone. So that means they won't find the other guy who's supplying him, but they found him. So he's going down alone. For the reason why they want to search the phone is because they want to find who gave him this.
And that lady was asking, we want to know who gave you this, who is supplying you with this.
And for the mere fact that he opened that conversation that there is someone who gave him this, he has to confess. Because otherwise, and there's a video. So people can't say, no, there's no proof. There is a proof. There is a video. So even in court, the police can say, this guy said there's people who gave him this and supplied him this. But now he's denying us the access to look at his phone. But because of this video, and we want to know this criminal syndicate, I think we need to subpoena for this phone to be opened without his permission. Because it seems like there's deep investigations we have to do. Police can also use that argument against him if he disagrees. So, yeah, I mean, it's very tricky,
That's
you
so
know. They can't, And he's a human being. They can't violate his privacy.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't. They have to ask him, can we check your phone?
Uh,
Even though he's a criminal, they still have to ask, can we check your phone?
wow.
Hence, that
the
cop
law.
was like, hey, what we're doing is against the law. We will have to take this phone. We can't be checking the phone now in the street. The police knows the law.
Wow, that's
and that guy's a police, and you saw how he dealt with this.
Yes.
Was not trying to push this guy. Was not even trying to force him.
He was not. They were not violent, all of them.
Yeah.
And they were standing back, those ladies, and
giving
then
him
the guy,
space.
Yes.
You know, they were not insulting him. They were not shouting.
And the fact that they were like, we're gonna go to your house now. So tell us what are we gonna find?
What are we gonna find? Because you know why the police had to say that to protect that guy. Because the police will say this guy was cooperating. So you know, like there's good faith when they arrest you and you cooperate with the police. There's good faith because it shows that you didn't make it hard for the police. So that's why they were asking him, what are we gonna find in your house? You better tell us now before we get there, so we can put in a word that you were cooperating. You didn't give us a hard time. You didn't lie to us. So tell us, what are we going to find? Are we going to find more sachets of these things? Are we going to find more of these things? And then, based on whatever he tells them and they find there, they were going to be like, this guy is honest. He actually told us, and then we found that. And it's going to be written in the statement. And it's going to be good for him. Because in the long run now, he can also appeal to get bail. Using that, I cooperated with the police. I was not giving them hard time, you know. So, the law is very tricky. If you know the law, you can even win as a criminal against police. Hence, many criminals, they thrive. You know, they thrive because they're smart. They are smart.
And they're very smart. Criminals are very smart. Very smart. Their IQ is very high.
It's very high. And I don't want to say this guy is a criminal, but I want to give people an example to understand the IQ we're speaking about. I'm not accusing this person of being a criminal. You see, Peggy Tele, for the longest time, he has been accused of being a gangster police.
Yeah.
But because he spoke so much truth, he was able to speak in the other committee in parliament. He was so vocal. He was even willing to answer questions. That earned him the public sympathy, and there's a public court, and the public court, he won it. He won the public. He won the hearts of people. Even though previously people thought he was a gangster.
The biggest
but
criminal.
Because of how he spoke, he won the hearts of people.
Wow.
So
and he was not beating around the
bush. He was not beating around the bush. So this guy can also try to win the heart of the police by confessing. Because the more you lie, the more you create problems for yourself. You know. But this goes to show you that the law must be followed. Even police themselves, they know they have to follow the law. So who are these people who must be given an opportunity to break the law?
Exactly. Operation Pitula.
There's no
Imagine if it was them. They were going to violate that guy.
If it was them, they were not going to approach him. They were not going to post the video because he's a South African.
Yes.
Or maybe they were going to lie and say he's a foreigner, even though he's a South African.
You are a foreigner. We want to see your document.
They were going to say that. You can see here, they never asked for his document. They just focusing on what he's selling. And
this is also another proof that corruption is not only caused by foreigners. Look at this guy, he's a South African. Where did he get the ARVs from? From a South African hospital.
And there's doctors in that WhatsApp group.
Yes.
So this is a
doctors,
syndicate.
Not a doctor.
This is a syndicate. And even though if it's true that even foreigners, that means, but they're not working alone. They must be working with this guy who is a South African. With that doctor who's a South African.
Yes.
And then those things end up in the hands of foreigners. But where did they come from? How did they live in the hospital? Yes. That's the conversation we should be having. Yes. You know? Yeah, and but there is shame, man, for this guy. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Even in our previous video, we were asking those ARVs where they found it, that road.
And apparently those were not ARVs. That was a fake story. That those things were Bronclair. It was cough syrup. These things of Ingoma, these things of what's that thing? Ingoma, this thing they drink, MTU to drink it, that thing makes people lousy. Codeine.
Codeine.
Yeah, it was codeine. Those things, yeah. And those things, these Operation Tutula guys, they were busy lying and saying, no, these things, foreigners, they stole these things in South African hospital. But in South African hospitals, they don't supply codeine. They don't supply codeine. They do supply some cough syrups, but not codeine. Not the one that has codeine. And Bronclear, the one that was found with foreigners, had codeine.
Damn, and they don't supply.
And these Operation Tutola guys, they're saying foreigners, they stole these things in South Africa. Like, these people are pushing so much propaganda, man.
And the fact that we were asking those questions, like, where did they get this from and how did it come up from the hospitals?
But we should also speak about that, because I think it's about time, because these people have been lying with that conversation about those things. Bronclear is not supplied in South African hospitals. But yeah, we can speak about it, on a separate video. For now, I think you guys have seen. It's not just foreigners, man.
It's not just foreigners, for real. That's a South African guy. Working with South Africans from the hospitals. And they're doing it for their personal gain, obviously. Because why would you sell ARVs?
Yeah, man, but it's crazy.
But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching up until the end. Catch me on my next video. Peace.